What if peace isn't something you find, but something you unconsciously reject? What if the quiet you crave is the same quiet you run from? What if the stillness you pray for feels threatening the moment it arrives? There's a strange, secret moment in every life when nothing is wrong, nothing is falling apart, no one is leaving, no disaster looms. And yet your heart beats like the world is ending. You look around and realize, this should feel peaceful, so why doesn't it? Plato believed that this is the most terrifying question a human being can ask. Why does calm make me uneasy? Because maybe the real mystery isn't why peace is missing, but why you don't trust it when it knocks. You don't talk about it. Most people wouldn't understand. You've survived enough storms to know their scent. You've walked barefoot across emotional glass. So many times that vigilance became muscle memory. So now, when life finally slows down, you can't relax. Your body won't allow it. Your shoulders stay raised, your breath stays shallow, your thoughts scan the horizon for invisible threats. And you wonder, why can't I just rest? It feels like something inside you is always waiting for the phone call, the betrayal, the collapse, the disappointment, the unpredictable shift in someone's tone, the moment everything changes again. You've learned to anticipate pain before it arrives, because once, long ago, that anticipation protected you. So now, even in the absence of danger, your nervous system whispers, stay ready. People tell you to let go, move on, breathe, meditate, as if peace were a switch you simply haven't found yet. But they don't see the truth. You are not resisting peace because you dislike it. You are resisting peace because something in you never learned how to feel safe in it. And maybe the most heartbreaking part, you think this means you're broken. You think this means you failed at healing. You think everyone else knows how to live, and you're the only one stuck between wanting peace and fearing it. But you are not defective. You are conditioned. Your mind adapted to survive, and it did so brilliantly. The only problem is, it doesn't know the war is over. Plato believed the soul is not just a vessel, it is a memory. Every environment you adapt to, every emotional landscape you learn to navigate, every survival strategy you develop gets woven into the architecture of your identity. We don't become who we want to be. We become what we needed to become to endure. And here lies Plato's dark discovery. The soul grows attached to its suffering because suffering once kept it alive. In modern psychology, this is called nervous system imprinting. The body learns danger so deeply that even safety feels unfamiliar. Jung wrote, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. Because peace demands something we rarely acknowledge. It removes distractions. And when distractions vanish, you're left alone with what's unresolved, the grief you never mourned, the anger you never voiced, the dreams you abandoned to be loved, the wounds you minimized to keep functioning, the loneliness that became normal. Peace doesn't just quiet the world, it amplifies the truth. So of course you resist it, of course you sabotage it, of course you run from it. Not because you don't want peace, but because peace threatens to reveal what chaos helped you avoid. There's an old philosophical parable told in Athens, a story whispered not as entertainment, but as warning. A young man named Theseus lived in a village constantly attacked by neighboring states. From childhood, he learned to sleep lightly, to read danger in footsteps, to sense hostility in silence. Fear became his compass, hypervigilance his religion. One year, unexpectedly, the war stopped. A treaty was signed. Peace returned to the land. The villagers rejoiced, but Theseus could not. He stayed awake at night, certain the enemy was still out there, hiding, plotting, waiting. One morning, exhausted and trembling, he went to Plato and confessed, I cannot rest. I do not know how. I was forged by danger. Without it, I feel like nothing. Plato didn't comfort him. He led him to a cage behind the academy. Inside stood a lion rescued from captivity. Door wide open, fresh meat waiting outside, freedom inches away. But the lion stayed inside, pacing the same corner, following the same invisible walls. Plato faced the young man and said, that lion is not caged, only its memory is. Then he paused and added, some people do not fear danger, they fear peace, because peace demands they meet the self that danger once erased. Theseus began to cry, not because he understood, but because he finally recognized himself. And many centuries later, you may recognize yourself too. Peace doesn't feel good at first. It feels unfamiliar. The nervous system confuses predictability with safety, even if what's predictable is suffering. Your mind isn't sabotaging you. It's protecting you with outdated instructions. Chaos isn't addictive because it's dramatic. It's addictive because it's known. Healing is not the removal of fear. It's learning to coexist with safety. You don't fear silence. You fear what silence will force you to hear. Peace is not something you find. It's something you learn how to allow. So what now? How do you step toward peace without feeling like you're losing control? You begin gently, not with discipline and not with force, not with perfection. Begin with curiosity. The next time peace feels uncomfortable, instead of judging yourself, ask, what part of me still believes I'm in danger? Don't try to answer quickly. Let the question breathe. Notice when your body tenses in quiet rooms. Notice when you create problems to avoid stillness. Notice when love feels unsafe because it doesn't hurt. Notice when calm feels like waiting, not resting. This is not weakness. This is intelligence. Your mind is a historian. Your body is a witness. Your fear is a messenger, not an enemy. So don't silence it. Get to know it. When restlessness appears, don't distract yourself. Sit with it for 30 seconds, then a minute, then 2. Let your nervous system learn, slowly, compassionately, that the world does not collapse when you stop bracing. And if peace feels overwhelming, shrink it. Peace doesn't have to be a lifestyle. Sometimes peace is a single breath, a quiet cup of tea, a walk without headphones, a moment where you stop negotiating your existence. Gradually, your body will learn a new truth, that calm does not equal danger. And remember, you do not have to fully trust peace to begin practicing it. You only need to stop abandoning yourself every time quiet arrives. Some days you will welcome stillness. Other days you will fear it. Both are part of healing. Because healing is not a straight line. It is a slow unlearning of everything that once felt necessary to survive. And peace isn't measured by how long it lasts, but by how willing you are to return to it after you run. One day, and it won't be cinematic, you will notice something subtle. You will wake up without immediately scanning for catastrophe. You will sit in silence and realize you are not rehearsing arguments, not replaying wounds, not anticipating loss. You will feel a softness in your chest, a slowing in your mind, a loosening of the invisible rope around your spine. And in that moment, you'll understand, peace never abandoned you. You abandoned yourself while trying to survive. But now you are returning, not suddenly, not perfectly, not dramatically, quietly, tenderly, uncertainly, bravely. And peace, true peace, is not the absence of noise or conflict or thought or emotion. It is the absence of self-betrayal. It is the moment you stop treating yourself as a problem to solve and start treating yourself as someone worth protecting. Plato's dark discovery becomes something luminous. The real barrier to peace was never the world. It was the part of you that didn't believe you deserved a life without fear. But slowly, gently, inevitably, you will grow into someone who does. And when that happens, peace won't feel like a visitor. It will feel like home. So ask yourself, without rushing, without judgment, if peace knocked today, would I open the door or would I hide? And whatever your answer is, let it be enough. Because the moment you begin witnessing your resistance instead of punishing it, your relationship with peace has already begun.